All right, hello, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Ham Radio 2.0, live from the Hamshack. My name is Jason. My call sign is Kilo Charlie 5 Hotel Whiskey Bravo. I've changed some things up in here today. Actually, some of the reason that I've been a little bit behind in releasing new episodes on this series here lately is because I've been rearranging the ham shack. So this couch that I'm sitting on right now used to have a bunch of junk piled up on top of it. I've put all that on a shelf over here. The workbench and soldering iron and testing station is behind the camera right now to that direction. This direction here is one of my go kits, and then there's a desk over here that I've built. Usually I'm sitting with my back to the desk and I'm facing this direction, and the lights are over here. So I moved some of the lights over here now, and the desk is to my left, and I'm actually sideways. This is the side wall behind me and in front of me right here. So I'm going to do a pan shot. I'll do a pan shot here in a minute and just kind of do a 360 of around the ham shack, and you can see what it looks like. But that's part of the reason that I've been trying to update I put some new lighting up in here. I put a new shelving up to get all the junk. I threw away a bunch of stuff, bunch of just junk that was pieces and parts and stuff that I didn't have use for anymore. And then I put a bunch of the test radios that I've done videos on. I put on this shelf over here, and I've got 3 or 4 spools of Heliax half-inch coax over here, brand new. I got a new soldering station up there on the workbench, and this week I'll be picking up a new HF power meter because I want to do some testing on some HF radios. So I'm looking forward to all that, and just kind of trying to get things rearranged and put back together here the way I had it before. Well, better than the way I had it before, because everything's going to be in a nice and new orderly fashion now. So anyway, that's one of the reasons that I've been kind of behind in releasing new videos. This will be episode 37, and today we're gonna unbox a new HT from Sam Radio. So Sam Radio came on the scene a few months back. I've traded lots of emails with the owners. Those guys, it is a Chinese radio, so I'm trading emails with some of the guys out of China who make the radios. They've got an HT that's really neat looking that we're going to be looking at today. They've got a dual band mobile radio that's basically the same radio as the Baofeng BTEC UV5000, the UV5000 that I did in this series a while back, which is 50 watts on both VHF and UHF. Dual band, looks just like a Baofeng in the menu. The dials on the face and how to program it are all very similar to a Baofeng. And then on top of that, they have a DMR HT, which is very similar to the TYT MD380, except that it has a different case on it. It's a little bit different than the MD390. The only difference between the MD380 and the MD390 is the case. The MD390 has a much tougher case. It's IP67 rated, or at least they claim it is. They claim it's waterproof, as we all saw at the demonstration they did at IWCE in Las Vegas of 2016. It didn't survive the waterproofing test. You can go on Facebook and find all kinds of pictures and reviews on it saying, oh, this radio is junk because they put it in a bucket of water for 2 hours and it died. Well, if you're going to go out and buy a sub $200 radio and put it in a bucket of water for 2 hours, you kind of get what you're asking for, in my opinion. It is supposed to be IP67 rated, so it is supposed to be waterproof, but I don't know exactly what the general rating is. I mean, I know you can find it online. If you go just Google IP ratings for electronics, you can find a whole list of IP65, 67, 69, 71, all that kind of stuff, and you can read the difference between all of the ratings. And I don't know, they can stamp IP67 rated on whatever radio they want to. I don't know if it actually has gone through the actual rating test or not. But regardless of that, it's got a tougher case on it, the MD390 does, than the MD380. It's much more durable. It's a little bit heavier to the feel, a little bit more solid. And the Sam radio, which the model number on that is a Delta Papa 20, DP20. That one feels very similar to the MD390, and it sounds really good. It's a little bit better radio than the MD380 in my opinion, but the price on it's a little bit higher, and you don't really get much more for it than you do on the MD380. So I'm not really carrying those right now because I'm not sure who all would be interested in them because they don't do anything more than the MD380 does, really. They do have a really cool, kind of like a ground or a flat-looking vertical antenna on it. The antenna on it's kind of it's flat on two sides, on the front and the back. So I think that's supposed to provide for some better, like radiation in a certain direction. Almost not really like a beam antenna, but something similar to that. You can find those little low-profile antennas that are about yay tall, that are NMO mount for your vehicle, that are about that wide and they're flat on the front and the back. That's what this antenna looks like. There's a name for it. I don't remember what the name for it is, but that's sort of what this antenna looks like. And I think it adds to the performance. It does seem to perform better than the MD380, in my opinion, as far as receive and transmit does. Probably about similar to the MD390, roughly. And it's a little bit cheaper than the MD390 also. But we'll get, I'll go over that one in a few episodes. But today we're going to talk about the AP-400UV. Yeah, that's the, I had to look over there. The box is right there. Let me grab it. This is it right here. This is the SAM radio AP-400UV Plus amateur FM transceiver. And the first thing that drew me to it, you can't really see it in the picture right now, but the first thing that drew me to it is the large display screen on it. So I unboxed one of these when I got it and talked on a couple of analog repeaters here just real close to the house. And people were giving me really good audio reports that said, yeah, sounds fine. Doesn't sound trashy, doesn't sound garbled, anything like that. It sounds just like a normal radio would sound. Nothing special about it, but it does work very well. So anyway, we're going to be taking a look at this one today, and we're going to unbox it here in a second. I'll probably put it on the meter and see what it does over there. And then coming up, again, this is, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but this is episode 37. If you go out to episode 38, which I actually already aired, I got mixed up in the episodes a little bit. So episode 38 is my one-year anniversary episode that aired on May 2nd. And if you go out and share that episode, go watch the episode, watch the video. It's only about 15, 20 minutes long. You go out and watch that video and share that video on your Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or whatever page. You can be entered for a chance to win a Connect System CS800 mobile radio. So go to livefromthehamshack.tv. Go to episode 38 and watch that video and read the little caption that I write on that blog post for the video. And you can find more details about what to do to be entered in the contest. You don't have to donate anything. You don't have to give anything. All you have to do is share. I'm trying to promote the series and just get it out there in front of more people. So that's one way to do that. Probably be doing a lot more stuff like that coming up as well. So that's that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy this this radio here, and let's take a look and see what it does. Okay, this is the SamCom, Sam Radio. They call themselves Sam Radio, but it says SamCom, so SamCom or Sam Radio, whichever. Their website is samradios.com. It's on the back of the box here. So this is the radio here, and it's got a programming cable. I think that the programming cable does not come with it. I'll have to double check that. I think I ordered one separately, and then they just stuck it in the box. Or maybe I put it in the box, I don't remember. But, so your standard antenna there. Standard desktop charger. Nothing special about that. That's the plug-in cable. So this is the radio right here. You get to see it. I'll put it on the... One guy emailed me a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Stop doing the unboxing videos. It just wastes time." And I'm like, "You're the only one that's ever said that to me. Most people love the unboxing. I get to see what's in the box." So, anyway, we're going to continue to do the unboxing regardless. So, this is it right here. Zoom in a bit. This is the repeaters that I've been using on it. A couple of them anyway. So you can see the display is really nice and big, and you can have the... It's got your battery indicator up here, and it's dual band. I've got them both on 440 right now, but it's got a... There's a FM radio station channel up there in the top as well. Let's see. Trying to remember how to toggle back and forth between the two. It's got the up and down arrow button here in the center that'll... I'm in memory mode right now, so it's... So that's one of the local repeaters here. And at the menu button. Okay, you hit exit and you go back and forth between VFO. There's number, I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not. There's numbers right here on the side of the frequencies. When it goes into 006, 008, those are the memory channels. So you just hit exit to go back and forth between memory and VFO mode right here. And then of course you can see it's 146 up at the top and 442 down at the bottom. Those are two of the bands here. There's both the bands. So where's the scanner? So we've got... I tinkered with this thing the other day, but it's been, I didn't sit here and memorize it, so I don't remember how to go back and forth between the top and the... Okay, so the exit button switches you between VFO and memory mode. The little pound sign button down here switches you between the top and the bottom band. That's what it is. So, one of the local repeaters here in Southlake. Of course, that's just in memory mode, so we can do that. Yeah. Another one of the repeaters. That one's in Colleyville. So... It's got a pretty good range on it for what it is. It's a very neat looking radio. The front of it here is flat. This up here, this kind of reminds me of a Motorola-esque type display. Not a Motorola radio, don't get me wrong. But it definitely has some potential. Putting it on the meter, it does between 4 and 5 watts on both bands. So I don't feel like putting a HT. I don't like putting HTs on the meter so much unless it's just a regular 5-watt HT. It's to be expected. About 4.5, 5 watts on 2 meters and about 4 watts on 70 centimeters. So within the amateur band. But they make their own software for it. It's not chirp supported at this time, but as you saw in the box, there's a programming cable that can go with it. It's got the it's not the standard Kenwood plug on the side here. It's more they're closer together, almost like the Connect Systems plug. I have not tried to see if a Connect Systems plug will fit it, but so that's one drawback about it. It doesn't have its own. It doesn't take the standard cable that it has its own cable, and it doesn't take the standard cable that many of the other Baofangs and Waxon radios and Anytone radios take. So that's one drawback about it. But it's a neat looking radio. It's got a, let me see, I don't remember what the power on the battery is. Let's look at that for a second here. It's got a 2200 milliamp battery right here. And it's got, and it advertises to go from 136 to 174 and 400 to 480 megahertz for the two bands. So that is the SAM radio. Marked the AP-400UV Plus. They had a model that was previous to the Plus model, and I don't think it had this big of a display on it. I think the display is the new thing. So, kind of a neat radio. For the money, you can't really beat it. So that was the SamCom radio AP-400UV Plus model HT handheld transceiver. So, it's another radio out of China. I review a lot of radios out of China that I don't ever put on a video, and if I'm going to put it on a video, then I want it to be kind of something different than what's, the 150 other different brands that are out there, because there's Chinese radios, and there's copies of Chinese radios, and there's copies of Chinese radios, and just all kinds of stuff that comes out of China that's, nothing special. Everybody wants to make a dual band radio that does 136 to 174 and 448 80 megahertz, and most of them are 5 watts, and most of them will hold anywhere from 128 to 200 channels. There's a few exceptions out there, like the Waxon, which holds 999 channels, and the Anytone, which makes a tri-band at this point in time, and a couple Waxon and Baofeng both make a version that'll do 2 meters and 220, and Waxon has one that'll do 220 and 440. So, there's a couple of exceptions like that, and I really like to review those types of radios, but, just your standard dual band 2 meter 440 HT that comes out of China, there's nothing special about it. So, but this one, I liked it because of the big display. That was a big that's a big drawing point to the Waxon UV8D and UV90 radios is the larger display, the larger color display, which this one's obviously color display, as you just saw. And then and it just worked well. It's got a lot better receiver. Some of the Baofeng radios, they don't have very good receivers. I got a tri-band radio in from a company. I'm not going to say their name right now because they're working on an update for it. So I'm hoping that the update comes out. But I got a tri-band 2 meter 220 440 radio that I was really excited about a couple of months ago, and I did some tests on it, and it was garbage. The receiver on it was terrible. I could key a repeater and it would come back all static because the receiver just did not have any ears whatsoever. And it was just like, I'm not going to even do a review on. I don't want to rip this company apart and just say, hey, stay away from this radio, don't buy it, because and I don't have a problem with doing that if I think it's going to keep people from buying the wrong radio. But I went back to this company and I said, here's my findings, here's what I found, and they're like, okay, let's work on an updated model. We're going to fix these things for you. So they seemed to be very cooperative, and I wanted to give them another shot. So I'm still waiting on that radio to come back. But the SamCom radio is really neat. They tell me that they're working on a tri-band version, so we'll see if that ever comes about. Waxon's been threatening a tri-band version for 6-8 months now, something like that, and I still don't have an ETA on that. But as soon as it comes out, I'll have some of those. That's the one I'm really looking the most forward to. Of course, the Anytone AT3188 UV3 radio is a fantastic tri-band radio. It's got a great receiver, great audio, easy to use, easy to program. They're about $190 retail, so they're a little bit more than your typical Chinese radio, but, you get what you pay for, right? It's much, much better than any Waxon or any Baofeng radio I've ever used. So there's that. So anyway, that's this radio, and we're going to go ahead and shut it down here. Thanks, guys, for watching. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Go to my website, livefromthehamshack.tv, and you'll be able to see all the episodes I've done to date. And 2 or 3 weeks from now, I'll be going to Dayton, so I'll be doing a Dayton Hamvention of 2016 review video. Will come out about a week after that, so really looking forward to that. 73, guys. If you see me at Dayton, come up, shake my hand, say hello. Hopefully you'll tell me you like the episodes, or maybe you've got some pointers for me, and that's fine too. But I hope to see you guys out there and hear you on there. 73.